All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. Uh, Jesse Macpherson coming at you here from wherever I am. I don't even know where I am in the world all these days. By the way, I want to clear something up. I might have slightly over-exaggerated how terrible things are over here. This is actually just morning fog, and literally cleared up in about an hour and a half, and it was pretty bright and shiny out here. So false advertising. Don't believe everything you hear. But anyway, I am over here in Central California, and I am excited for today, excited for this new week. So Tuesdays are great days. Tuesdays are kind of refresh days, restart days. And I want you to make sure that you are looking at, as you are growing in your business, for you, for your rank, for your next advancement, for bronze, for Royale being the target. Everybody here is going Royale. Like, that's it. There's no questions. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're all going Royale. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right. So we're on Royale. All right. Give me some spirit fingers. Give me something. So heading to Royale. Very, 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 very important. Now, in that, the journey to Royale, I know sometimes can be frustrating. And by sometimes, I mean most of the time. So the journey inside of any business, and if you guys watched, I had an incredible lesson from my father where we were up in Utica Reservoir, if you got a chance to see that video. And we were mountain bike riding. And my dad is, used to do triathlons, and is a triathlete, and still out there kicking. And we were mountain bike riding, and we were going up these hills, and I was just like, I was dying. And then we finally got to this area where we were just ripping through the forest, and just like, and I remember like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And I was like, why can't it all be like this? And he said something. He said, you got to earn your downhills. And I was like, ooh, life lesson right there. You got to earn your downhills. And as soon as he said it, I was like, oh God, isn't that true? So if you want to experience those like just shot moments where you're just ripping, you got to earn them. You got to earn those areas where it's like amazing. So even if you want to go down a water slide, you got to climb up those stairs, to enjoy that coast. And if you want to coast, coasting only happens when you're going downhill. When you're climbing, there's no coasting. It's pedaling, right? But the good news is that, it's climbing those mountains, and there's always another mountain to climb. And when you're ready to partake on that, the only thing is this: don't complain about the ups if you really want the downs, because that's part of it. And I know, like me, I was like, I've climbed mountains before. Why can't we just have all downhill from here? And that's just not how life works. So when it comes to your rank and logging in, I want you guys to be mindful of how you are responding and or reacting to each week, your volume coming in or your volume going out. This is really important, right? Because I want you to just take a second here, because remember, you are not your rank. We're running for a rank, but you're not your rank. I don't want you to get your identity wrapped up into it. But I also want to make sure that you're looking at it on a consistent basis, so you're not waking up with some surprise on Tuesday. So you already know the volume that is going to be rolling off from the week that is no longer counting, and you know what needs to come into the next week. Because this used to happen in a lot of people's businesses in Seacret. They'd wake up on Tuesday morning, and it was like Tuesday morning depression. They would log in and be like, what happened? And I was like, well, you didn't see that one coming? I mean, it was pretty obvious, wasn't it? So I don't want you guys to have shock. I want you to go, okay, I am monitoring my business. I am monitoring it. I'm looking at it. I'm paying attention to it, because we are going to grow what we focus on. All right. So that being said, let's see if so. All right. He's going to be on here in just a couple seconds here. While he's getting on here, I'm very, very, very excited to get a chance to introduce you to this individual. So one of the things I love about Seacret is we, for the last 9 years now, have been creating what I would say really kind of the foundation for the big run. And what I mean by the big run is, for those of you guys that have been a part of any company that it's at the beginning stages of its business, the first 5 years are just for lack of a better word, chaos. Because a company, what they're trying to do is they're figuring out all the little tweaks, all the little adjustments, all the little pieces that need to come together. What's the brand of the identity? What's the training? What's the style? What's the culture that's inside of the organization? And where is it going to go, and where is it going to evolve? So the first 5 years of any company in this space is kind of a little bit of an amoeba. Now, people have an intention a lot of times of what they want their business to grow into or what they want their business to be about. But a lot of the times that thing is going to shape and mold and start transitioning, and you're going to see a lot of things. Here's one of the challenges. When you're building a network marketing organization, you're building a team, right? Anytime that you're having trainings, anytime you're having little difficulties, hang on a sec. Our guest speaker says he's having a hard time getting in. That doesn't make sense. You guys just clicked on the link and it brought you right in. So hold on one sec. All right, let's see if we can make that happen. So as I was saying, when you guys are out there, and we're looking at Seacret, because being here for 6 years and being a part of watching Seacret evolve into where it is today and really laying the foundation for the growth that we're so excited to be a part of here, of going from a couple $100 million company to $1 billion company. That's the growth that we're looking for. But I really want you guys to think about what I call the 10X rule. And the 10X rule in network marketing is just an incredibly unique place to be. And what a 10X rule is you're looking for an area and or a country that you can 10X the company's volume, and it reasonably makes sense. A good example is this, is if you were in Amway today, and Amway's did about $8 billion last year, I think about $4 billion of that is coming out of just China almost, $2 billion out of Japan, about $1 billion out of South Korea. So, but let's just say in the United States, Amway's doing $1 billion in sales. If you join Amway to get a 10X on that company and to ride the wave of the momentum from the company, you're going to go out there and end up having to go from $1 billion to 10 billion. Hang on one sec, guys. He's calling me. He's having a hard time getting in. Trish, do you mind taking over here while I can figure out how to make this happen?
I gotcha. All right. I can't continue on the same exact topic, but because I'm not sure exactly where Jesse was heading with that. But how's everybody doing this morning? Good, good, good. Yeah. So how many of you have logged into your back office already this morning? Quite a few. Okay, good. I love it, love it, love it. And did you see what you wanted to see? Were you good with it? Or did you just look there really to figure out where you wanted to go? Where you want to go. That's good. Because like Jesse was saying, you don't want to get too hung up on where you're currently at. You just want to really focus on where it is you're trying to go. And I know I've logged in as well already this morning. And actually was very excited. Had a prior customer reach out and place a huge order this morning. That's all she's ever ordered from me before were face washes. And today she got face washes, face serum, moisturizer. I was like, oh, finally, we won her over. And it all started with a deep cleansing face wash. So you just never know. But does anybody here, any tips anybody needs, anything while we're waiting? Go ahead, Donna. Oh.
I have a question. A tip.
Yeah.
I saw in my back office yesterday that I have some gratitude links that I never had before. That are
they added gratitude links for everybody. Remember on the for the virtual convention, they said they were adding some for everybody. So anyway, everybody's got some. Yeah, you should have gotten an email last week too saying they were going in.
Excellent. I'm going to start using them.
Yeah, you need to. That's awesome. We good, Jesse?
I hope so. Yeah, internet's going out all over the place apparently. So, in any event, as I was saying, so as companies evolve, and what you're looking for is that 10X. So the sweet spot, just so you guys know, in North America, because you guys are US and Canada, right, is you're looking for something around that $50 million mark. And so the reason why it's a sweet spot is this. So hang on a sec. I'm gonna turn it over to you. I don't know why this is so difficult. So hang on one second, guys. All right, let's try that again.
For his,
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm in.
Okay.
woo, we made it. I think we made this. Did we make it happen?
Our internet was down, so, and I don't know why my phone. So you know what? I'm in both. So I'm at this. Awesome.
I think we figured. Did we figure it out?
Yep, got it.
Can we see? Can we see you? Can we hear you? Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
I got the light. I look like I'm, radiant.
You're an angel. You're a secret angel, is what you are, coming in to shine light on a lot of secret. But in any event, so guys, just real quick, let me finish that thought because I want to stay on it. And the reason why I say that $50 million mark in North America, if you're looking for something to 10x, to go from $1 billion to $10 billion in the U.S. or in Canada, in North America anyway, that's a big hike. To go from 0 to 50 million is the scary part because you don't know where the company's going. Is the company going to last those first 5 years? So when you can find a company that around that $50 million, because to go from 50 million to 500 million, there's a 10x in there that you can run, that you can ride here in North America, which if you look at 7-figure income earners, 6-figure income earners, man, it's such a sweet spot. And so we'll talk more about that and when it comes to really timing, because in real estate, they say location, but really it's timing as well, even in real estate, because people bought at the right location at the wrong time and still got smoked. So we have this incredible timing and Seacret is really stacking up. And I was a big comic book fan growing up. I loved X-Men. I was definitely much more Marvel than I was DC. For those of you guys that are out there know what I'm talking about. But what I loved is, watching my favorite characters really come to life on the big screen and seeing that really evolve. And one of the things you'll notice is that there's these incredible movies of incredible characters that are like these superpowers and superhumans. And I feel like what's happening right now is, Trish was like, all right, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go find some people. And Trish is like, you know what? I'm going to go. I found Wonder Woman. We're going to recruit Wonder Woman to the team. And so Ruth came on board. And right now, corporate is recruiting the best people inside of the world of Seacret. And so we're just like stacking up the Avengers here to take over the galaxy, I guess. But I'm super excited to introduce you to our new chief strategy officer. I got a chance to meet him, and I'm super excited that he's going to be bringing his talents to the world of Seacret on the corporate side, but he's also very connected with the field, and he's starting to do his introductions to the field. So Tyler Williams, can you hear me okay? Are we there? Are we good to go?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear. I appreciate that. I'm more of a DC fan.
It's all right. Well,
that
we
doesn't
will
do
forgive
well
you.
on the big screen.
Yeah, not as well, but well, welcome. I want to introduce you. This is one of the fastest growing organizations inside of the world of Seacret here in the U.S. and in Canada. So I see Vicky Zane and Marie Claude up there from Quebec. They have a new Royale as of last night. So in the French Canadian market, which is super exciting, and Ruth and Trish, who have come together, and that's so Trish and Ruth, we've combined together for Truth. They are hashtag Team Truth because they really spit the truth and are building an incredible online business, attraction marketing business. But I wanted to just welcome you to the Seacret family and introduce you to some of the most talented, hardworking, dedicated Seacret agents from really here in North America.
Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to be here. I just recently joined Seacret. This was my first, so this is now going on the start of my second week. I came from a company that honestly 7 years ago was right where Seacret is. And that company over the next 7 years had tremendous growth and now is a powerhouse in the direct sales industry. And honestly, I see the same potential, actually more potential for Seacret. And that's why I decided to make that leap. I had a nice job where I knew what the landscape was, and I was looking for this opportunity as recruiters would come and go. A company that has the culture, has an amazing culture, has the products, has a great customer and agent base, and Seacret has all of those things and amazing products. The products, you know what really sold me on the products before I tried the products? First, I did my research, but if you can make skincare successful in Asia, the Asians are buying it up in droves. And I'll tell you, I lived out in Hong Kong for 7 years, and it is deeply competitive. I've told people who are looking to start a skincare company in Asia, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. You'll get eaten alive. Yeah, the competition's just so fierce. And Asians know every detail about the skincare. So if you have to be amazing at it. And so, you know, I saw that and I said, this is a recipe for success. They just need to put in a few things in the corporate to really get this humming and really get that culture out there, get that brand messaging out there, and working with the field. You know, we do not have, the only field development person we have is Robert. We should have a whole team that's working with you, working with your team, seeing what your teams need, how you need to grow, what tools do you need to be successful. That partnership is very important for you guys to be successful. So I'm excited to join along in this adventure. I always look at it as an adventure, and it's a journey for all of us, and we're all on different paths, and there's actually multiple paths to lead to the top. It's not just one. I love the different personalities, and each of you are an ingredient to Seacret success. And each of you, some of you add a little bit of spice, some of you add a little bit of sweetness, but you all add something that make this whole such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful company to work for. And so remember that there's not, you know, I've talked to women who, for what they do for their events is they make it extremely fun and wild and adventurous. And then I have others that for their events, it's more of a book club setting. And both are successful. And it's funny, sometimes I get the people who are more book clubbish. They're saying, well, should I be more like this? I'm like, no, no, no. Be genuine to who you are. You know, you still need to do certain things that everybody does by following up with your team, training your team, making sure you also train leadership, giving people jobs. I find, you know what's the one thing I really see a lot of people miss is you want to make sure everybody has an assignment. Think about yourself. When you're in a group, you don't want to just sit in the back and listen. You want to be a part of the action. You want to help out. You know, one of the things I found, and I'm just going in on this one point because I feel it's so powerful and important, is if you think about it, if you were to introduce a friend to Seacret and say, hey, you know what, come to the Seacret event, would they be more likely to come to that Seacret event if you said, hey, this is how amazing the products are? Or would they be more likely to come to the event if you said, hey, Carla, I need some help at this event. Can you come help me? You know what, it's a great product and it's awesome and it's going to change your life, but you know what, I just need help and it's exciting and it's fun and can you help me in this vein? Which one do you think they'd be more likely to come to? Which invitation?
Of course. Yeah. Help.
The help.
Yep.
And I have a really close friend who he runs a mortgage company. He does very well. I can tell by, I mean, he tells, and you know, I know a little more of how well he does financially, but you can tell by the huge house he has, the nice cars, and he is one of the most down-to-earth people. But one of the things he does really well is he asks people for help all the time in even small things. And people we're a people who love to help. Don't do something to where you're asking for help that's way beyond somebody's means. So if you just sign up an agent and you ask them to teach a class, that's obviously too much. But if you sign up an agent and say, hey, you know what? We're having a event, and afterwards we have refreshments. I forgot the paper plates. Or, you know, if you're conscientious, I have, you know, these plates at my house that you can go grab that are ceramic. But that's a lot easier, right? So those are the things that as you're thinking out through your group, what do I ask a new agent? What do I ask a bronze to do? What kind of responsibilities does everybody have? But you want to make sure everybody has a job as quick as possible, because people get into Seacret because of the amazing products. They stay because of the culture. And who creates the culture? You guys do. I mean, it's, of course, Isaac has created a wonderful culture, but you're creating that whole team culture underneath what Seacret is. Any questions for me? I'm excited to lock arms with you. I'm a person who you could call me anytime and give me any advice. You know, I appreciate the advice in a loving way more than a yelling way, but I'll take it nonetheless.
Yeah, I've got some great questions I'd love to kind of dive into here. Well, tell us first on, you know, where did you get your start inside of this profession? And, you know, tell us about the, you know, the journey and you know, and what before kind of coming to Seacret. Give us your Dun and Bradstreet, so to speak.
All right. So I've been in the industry for 19 years. And when I clean shaven, I look a lot younger than I actually am. But anyway.
That's working in Asia, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, working in Asia. They'll make you younger. So anyway, I started off in customer service as a job. I do speak Mandarin Chinese. And so I got a job working customer service while I went to university at a direct sales company. And I worked my way up to work with the team leadership, and I worked for that job for 3 years. Then when I graduated, I got a job at another direct sales company doing marketing. And that quickly moved into working with international markets because of my language skills. And after that, I joined the company that I just previously was with, and I was with them for 11 years. And I first started out in marketing. Then they moved me to new market development, and I helped launch markets internationally. And one of the markets that I helped develop from a baby, both sales-wise and as well as building the infrastructure, was Hong Kong. And the leaders loved me because I worked with them from when they were extremely small. And the president of the company said, hey, how would you like to move out there and manage Greater China? So Hong Kong, Taiwan wasn't launched at that point, Macau, and China. And I leapt at that opportunity. I'm a big believer of two roads diverged in the woods, and I took the one less traveled upon. And I looked at that, and that made, you know, that I love the ending, and it made all of the difference. It certainly has in my life. And so I leapt at that. And you know what's interesting is always don't let the doubters get in your head, because they will. And there's always doubters. There's always somebody who has a negative to show you. When I first was pitching Hong Kong, it was a little bitty. I just saw a spark, and I called that team, and they were willing to work with me. And I was pitching it as an opportunity because, hey, you get into Hong Kong, it will help you get into other markets close by. And the CMO at the time, and it's funny, he only lasted 6 months there at the company, and he was quickly let go, and for good reason. But I was pitching this to the CMO, and you can imagine I'm a new market development guy, that I'm not yet managing Hong Kong. He laughed at me in a board meeting with all the executives and the owner. And when I pitched Hong Kong, and he said, Hong Kong is a drop in the bucket. It's never going to amount to anything. And there's two ways I could take it. Obviously I was a little embarrassed, but I looked at it to say, hey, you know what? At least I was, I made my 2 seconds of fame, right? Not in a good way, but so he got let go, and I said to my new boss, I said, hey, I really think there's an opportunity there. And he allowed me to go and do meetings, and it grew after it grew. Hong Kong is my company's, this company is a $2 billion company. It's their number 3 market, which is unheard of. It has the most, if you go to Hong Kong and you ask about this company, you'll be hard pressed to find somebody who hasn't heard of this company. We just had tremendous success. And think about it. It was a drop in the bucket. It's no longer a drop in the bucket. And so from Hong Kong, my family, I was there for 7 years, and my family started to, you know, we always are suburbanites, and Hong Kong's a big city and I love it. Great food, beautiful people. But we wanted to move back to suburbia. And so I asked the company, I said, hey, I'm looking at moving back in the next year. Can you find me something? And they asked if I would take over Canada, which is our number 2 biggest market. And they said Canada actually has been shrinking the last 2 years by 25% year over year.
Oh, there was text there?
Huh?
Oh, no, we just had somebody that's not on mute. That's okay. Hold on one sec.
And I see Quebec.
So, Taylor, can you unmute yourself real quick? I just muted everyone just so that way we had a clean call. But if you could just, there you go.
No,
Keep going.
No worries. Thank you. So I lived in Calgary for 6 months, and my job was to turn it around from shrinking by 24% year over year. And we actually did turn it around. Right before I left, we were growing at 1%, which from 25%, you know, when I took over, it was already in the hole by a large margin. So it's primed for success. But one of my great things that I feel has made me successful is I really work with the field. I trust the field. I work with the field. I listen to the field. Now, when I say I listen to the field, it doesn't mean that I just say yes to everything that the field. I'll be honest with you and say, hey, that's something we can't do for the foreseeable future, or I don't, please help me understand why that's important. I don't. But generally, the field honestly feels like I'm a partner and not somebody who's dictating to them, or that I'm just not listening and doing my own thing. To be honest, their ideas and your ideas are far better than my ideas. And that's something that has led to my success and turning those around from usually when people came in and they did things 100% their way. So that's me. That's my history. Any questions on that? Yes, I loved Canada for the person in Quebec. No, unfortunately, I went during COVID, so I never got to go to Montreal.
Well, we're definitely going to have to get you there. But well, tell me about Seacret. So I guess a couple questions about Seacret is, and maybe I guess we'll start with what made you, obviously the products and the fact that our products were moving so well in Asia was intriguing, but that maybe opened the door as to if this could potentially be the right home for you, and to go on this journey with us. What was it about meeting Seacret that made you go, okay, yeah, this is definitely a place that I want to relocate and spend my time and build this company?
Wonderful. So just to give you a little background, I was comfortable working at the job I was at. I had a really good relationship with the founder. In fact, when I was leaving, the founder was asking, hey, did we do anything wrong? What can we do? And all of that. So I wasn't actually looking for a job. You know, it was a recruiter that approached me. And normally, honestly, I say the same thing. I'm like, no, not interested, this and this, but I'll, you know, and she said, no, I really think this company is something you should take a look at. And I know this recruiter. And so I said, okay, send it to me, send me what it is. And so I did some research, and I remember saying, no, I am interested in this. And my thing is, I'm looking for a challenge. I'm looking for something that is exciting and is an adventure. And that's Seacret. What I
Uh-oh. Freeze for you too. sounds he's on an adventure to find internet, it looks like. So uh, let's see if he pops back on here. While he's making his way back on here, I was telling you guys about as I was talking to you about that 10x is a company going from that kind of $50 million mark to that $500 million mark and having that 10x wave that you can ride the momentum with is, man, that is the really kind of the sweet spot inside of a direct sales and network marketing organization, which is right where we sit here in North America. And one of the things that I have really enjoyed over the last 9 years, and one of the things that I really love about Isaac and his family, and as you guys get a chance to spend more time with the owners and the founders, and I can't wait to when we can actually do our fly-in, and you guys can all fly into Phoenix and have dinner with the family, and we can break bread together, and we can do our leadership trainings, and like we can spoil you and shower you, and we can serve you, because that's what we love to do more than anything. Is one of our favorite things about this community of Seacret is really not telling you what service means to us, is showing you what service means to us. And I believe that that concept isn't something that can be really taught. It's something that needs to be caught. It's something that has to really be experienced. So that obviously is, you know, we have a more availability to be able to fly is going to be important. But the connection between Isaac's mentality of that the company's job is to serve its leaders. It's not its field's job to serve its corporate. And when there's the relationship between the two, where they really, because we need each other, we need corporate and corporate needs us. And when we work together hand in hand, it's amazing what kind of magic we can create. So Taylor, I think you're back on. Can you hear me?
I am back on. I apologize. I tell you, we're having internet issues. They said they were shutting down internet, but it was supposed to be up this morning. So obviously they didn't fix everything that they were supposed to. So I don't know where I lost you exactly.
Pretty much when you were saying, you know, evaluating Seacret and why Seacret, you know, what it was that made you really attracted to the business model, and what Seacret had to offer. And you were at a cushy job where you were before, and you were up for the challenge.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you know, I wouldn't say the job was cushy, but it was, you know, I knew my trajectory there, and it was a good trajectory. I had, you know, it was funny. My boss kept telling me that I was going to be over all of North America. And he was waiting to bring me in there, and he would call me all the time. He still calls me now. It's funny. He told me, he's like, hey, in a month, you're going to want to come back, and I got a spot for you. But anyway.
I'm so glad he said that to you, by the way.
No, I don't pay attention. I don't want to come back in a month. I want to bring him over in a year or 3 years when we're doing awesome. So, you know, challenge accepted. I took that more as, oh yeah, okay. No. Seacret and I are going to show you. But I mean, if you look at it, this is what I see, and I see most of you fit the demographic of where we're going to be successful. We're going to be successful with women, specifically women who are mothers, and also professional women that are in the workplace. And their buying power in the industry is insane. I mean, they make most household buying decisions. By large, it's in the 80 percentile. And our products fit their need. Now, as I look at our products, I look at Seacret a little bit different than maybe you guys look at Seacret. And I don't know. Here's a question I have is, what is Seacret? Any takers? And it might be different to everybody. I don't think there's necessarily a wrong answer, unless you said that they're an aviation company.
I'll say what I think it is. You want me to go? Can you hear
Absolutely.
me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just joined recently in May, and I originally joined because I was so impressed with Trish and Ruth. And I quickly found that I was also in love with the products. And I just found that the products are just the highest quality. They're just wonderful. Anybody that I can get to try them loves them. Also use the nutrition products every morning. It's my breakfast. And I'm just always amazed. And I also love the community of these people. It's just like a great, I'm excited every day to see these folks on Zoom. And if we have a question, we get on our team thread and everybody helps everybody. And it's just it's been really nice. And the products are great. Anyway, my dad, I have a testimonial. He broke his foot. It's been in a cast for 6 weeks. They took it off yesterday. His foot looked horrible. I'll post a picture on our team thread. I put the body butter on it last night. I'll send y'all a picture today. After one time, his leg, it's amazing. That's just, okay. That's all I have to say. It's just great group of people.
Wonderful.
Yep, absolutely.
Any other takers?
Hi. For me, I mean, I came into Seacret as well because I met Trish and Ruth, and I said, these are women I want to work with in network marketing. And I knew the company Seacret before, but I didn't know they were network marketing. As far as the product is, to me, it's high-end health and wealth. And as far as the company, the way I see the company is it's a family-oriented, everyone helping everyone kind of community that makes you feel like you're just all part of not just a team, but a family.
I love that you said that. Any other takers? All right. You know what? I think you're both right. What you, to sum it up, if I were to mix it together, it definitely is a family-built culture company that is an aspirational lifestyle.
Yep.
It's a company where you could come in and you can be whatever you want to be. You can get that self-care, which is important. Everybody needs really good self-care. Everybody needs that family connection. Everybody needs the community connection. And everybody needs the spirituality connection. And those are everything that Seacret provides. All of those to help you be a well-rounded person. And that's what I love about what Seacret is. And that's what, when I looked at that, I'm like, yeah, they have all of that right there. That's why people come in and join and really are successful. And it's funny, you see companies that don't even fit that, trying to be that. Have any of you, after this, I play it, but it takes a few minutes, so I don't want to take too much of Jesse's time, but a advertising and commercial that I love. Have you ever seen the 1970s Coke commercial? I'd like to buy
Yeah.
the world of Coke.
Coke. Yeah.
Okay. What were they trying to create there? Coke is a soft drink, right?
Yeah.
They didn't want to be a soft drink company. They wanted to be a lifestyle company. And what emotions did that evoke from watching that video? You know, Coke has been really good at turning themselves into a feel good, to where you mentally associate when you drink Coke feeling good. Now, I think most people don't mentally associate that, because when you get to my age and you drink a Coke, you don't feel too good afterwards. But That's why they need to double down on that.
Mm.
And so that's what I'm saying is that elements, those are all the way throughout Seacret. And that's what made me excited to join here is I feel like they have that. I think they need to tell that story a little more. I think they need to be that for you, like Carla. What would your home look like to be a secret home? I'm picking on Carla today. She's right in my, right in that vision where,
She's gonna have to unmute, Carla. You got to talk. This is not a muted conversation.
I guess I didn't understand the question, so I'm a bad guinea pig.
So what would a secret home look like to you? Like if you walked in a secret home, what would you expect to see? What would you want? Think
I could
about
give you
what
a
you picture.
tour.
Not today.
Give us the tour. Yeah.
Want a tour? Well, I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for, but like I have my nutrition on the counter and I have my bathroom full of products and my shower is full of products and we live and breathe it.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you live and breathe it. And so I want to be able to, to me, Seacret's more than just a skincare company. It's a lot more than just a skincare. Now, we make phenomenal skincare, and we will always make sure that research and development is there. But we're more than that. We're an answer to your home, Carla. We're an answer to Karen's home. We're an answer to Colleen's home. We're a place to where people want to come and sit down and break bread with your family. And when they walk out of your home, they have a feeling like, wow, what was, how amazing that was to be in Angela's home. Why was that? It's a secret. It's funny, I was telling everybody when I was leaving, they were all asked my company, they were saying, where were you going? And I had to say, the company's name is Seacret. Because when I was like, oh, it's Seacret, the company, it's Seacret. They're like, what, you're not going to tell me? So, but, that's what I envision. Is that kind of what you guys feel? I mean, you guys live it every day.
Absolutely. For us, I think when you get a chance to really dive in and meet the field that I know is so excited to get a chance to, that has really poured their heart and soul in developing this company for the last 9 years, is beneath everything. We know we have great products. We know we have a great compensation. We know we have phenomenal leadership and an incredible ownership. Really what it boils down to when you kind of dig deep, everybody always says, what's your favorite thing about Seacret? What's the number one thing about Seacret? It always comes back to community, which is sometimes difficult to translate into a marketing pitch or a video or a conversation, because everyone says we got the best this in the world and we got the best that in the world. But I think Carla had a great question here, and actually it was going to probably be our last question for the day, since I know we've run a little bit long, but I wanted to get a chance for you to meet the family and to see the people that we care so much about, that I know you're going to be working so hard for. Where do you see Seacret? So where's your vision for Seacret? Or as Carla said here, where do you see the biggest opportunity for Seacret, coming from 2020 into the next 5 years, 10 years?
So I'll say twofold. I believe that Seacret should be in every home. So that's kind of my vision, and I know that's Isaac's vision, that he believes Seacret should be in every home, and that's my job to carry that out as the chief strategy officer. The other thing I would say that is key, our biggest opportunity is our field, without a doubt. It's you, all of you, and us working together to share Seacret, open up our homes to Seacret. I know it's a little harder to open up our homes, open up our Zoom accounts with these wonderful backgrounds that Donna wins. Even though I wanted to be, do I see her anymore? Let me flip over. Yeah, Genevieve. Is it Genevieve? Did I say that correct? I want to be where she is. She looks like she's outdoors, and every once in a while her hair catches in the breeze. So that
I'm at the beach. That's great.
Where are you?
In Morehead City, North Carolina, on the
Oh,
coast.
I hear North Carolina is a beautiful place. So I honestly, that field development, I believe, and everybody's in North America, right, on this call?
Yes. Well, a couple in Cabo.
In Cabo. Wow, that's North America, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So everybody's in North America. Honestly, North America is an open field right now. It's open for us.
Yep.
You don't have most people, like I look at it, usually the Asian community comes after the US markets. People have been in it for a long time, and whereas the Asian market actually hit first. And so it's funny to me that the Asian market, you know what they are chomping at the bit to do? They're chomping to get into Asia. I'm like, hey, you still haven't conquered the United States yet, and Canada and these markets. And so that's, although the Asian community is growing really good, honestly, the potential rests better for you because they have eyes towards Asia, where you have eyes towards the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And so that opportunity is huge. I look forward to partnering with you. I have a training program that I want to do. I want to get a leadership development team that you can call. You could say, hey, I have this team. Can you come work with this team? And I have this group that would be great. I need some more help, or my whole entire group. On top of that, hey, here's some ideas. What would be really good for marketing? If you guys did this would really, really open up sales here. If you came out here in North Carolina and did a meeting and enjoyed that beautiful sea breeze, I know that would just be the spark that gets this going. I would love for North America to be our number one market by far. And that's my goal is to make sure that we get there. And what we do is we don't look at the big picture. We look at the small picture. Who could benefit from joining the Seacret culture? Who could benefit from these products? Who do I know? Who do I know that is really needing this? And you know what I love is how it changes people's lives. I don't know how many of you guys have had your lives changed, but I've seen people who are school teachers that are struggling to make ends meet. And now when they start sharing, they first got into Seacret just because of they love the product, and they started sharing it a little bit, and they're like, hey, wait a second, this is easy to share with my friends, because the passion comes through. People will buy things not because you're like, well, here's this scientific thing in here, it's got a that's the scientific name here, and what this does is it causes a chemical reaction and this and this and this. No, people far more love the, hey, Vicky, I tried this new product and it just blew me away. Let me show you. Just let me put the product in your hands. Just try it for a day. Throw it on. Honestly, this is going to be awesome. People more respond to that. Of course, some people want the science. Hey, go to our website. Go here. Look, here's the science. It's funny. I've had many people when I buy something or go to a restaurant, think about when you go to a restaurant, nobody's like, well, this is the chili powder that they put in the chili, and it comes from France. Of course, the restaurant might say certain things like the best ingredients and the ... But you don't ask that questions. What if you're pitching a restaurant that you just love? What are you doing?
Tastes really good. Yeah, so good.
It's really good. You got to get there. Hey, if you need a Friday, or hey, this has a really good atmosphere and the food's not too bad. You're not getting into the weeds. So those are things, and I think tremendous opportunity. I'm looking at this group, and I just see beautiful faces that is going to take Seacret to where it needs to go. And you're going to have a fun journey along the ride. So buckle up, make sure you tighten that seatbelt, because it's going to be a fun adventure filled with lots of work, ups and downs. It's going to be tough, but you know what? Nothing was ever sweet that was not tough, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So,
Tyler, thank you so much for your time today, and we will look forward to some of the initiatives. We'll do our best to try to leave you alone and get you kind of acclimated to the world of Seacret and all your projects and the strategies that you're putting together with our corporate office, and looking forward to seeing all the initiatives that are going to be coming out of making North America the #1 market here in Seacret. So we'll see you. Look forward to seeing you back in Phoenix when I get back in town.
wonderful. Well, I sent out my email. I know you're going to let me have my time, but if you really do have something, question to ask or anything, please feel free to do so.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, guys, that is it for today. Happy Huddle, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Jesse Mack signing off from somewhere in the world. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.